All right, guys, in this video, I wanted to provide a little bit of a case study here. Okay, we've covered a lot of topics in this module. I just wanted to close it out with a real life example. Now, I'm over in my Google account here. I spent well over $1 million here. You can do the math on my top 3 campaigns. I'll leave the cost open for you to see. Okay, just add these 3 up. It's over $1 million, and I have a bunch more here. And what I wanted to talk about is what we did. Okay, the top campaign is paused. You can see here we had almost 10 million impressions, almost a million clicks, right? 91 cent CPC, and 38% conversion rate, over 300,000 leads, $2.40 conversions on this particular niche, okay? After somebody opts in, they are now asked a second question before the offer. So the EPC on that offer is about $3.50. I'm not spending $2.40 to make $3.50, okay, just a caveat. I'm probably spending about $3.50 to make $3.50, okay? So on this top row, I'm breaking even, okay? And that's because after opt-in, I don't send them direct to offer. After opt-in, I send them to a question before the offer, and there's a certain amount of people that don't click yes to that question, okay? It's a little bit of a different setup. Just wanted to throw that out there. But I had 38% conversion rate, $2.40 cost per conversion, $750,000 spent, did very well, pretty much broke even on this campaign. Now, okay, just a few months ago, I spent time optimizing it out, and we optimized keywords. All right, we optimized out some bad keywords. We found some search terms that were absolutely crushing it. Okay, that we moved into their own single keyword ad groups. We paused bad ones. All right. We shut off desktop, which we found out wasn't performing very well. We actually spent a lot of time diving into locations in this particular case. This niche performed way better in some areas in America and poorly in others. All right. And then we optimized the landing page as much as we could. Okay, we tested so many different variables. We were only actually able to increase the conversion rate by about 3 points here, which may not sound like a lot, but when I do the math, you're going to see why that made sense in a second. And then we shut off a lot of keywords that were just losing money. Okay, keywords where when I looked in my tracking software, which we're going to get to next week, you would see that, I was down like 40, 50, 60%, and so on and so forth. And when we did that, okay, what we were left with is 58-cent clicks. Okay, look, went from 91 cent to 58 cent. Conversion rate went up from 38 to almost 41, and our cost per conversion went down to $1.43. Now, okay, we are actually profiting almost 30% on the front end. All right. And this campaign is just running day in and day out and absolutely crushing it. So I just wanted to show you guys a real life example. I know this is Google and we haven't got there. This just has a lot more data and it's a lot more of a powerful case study than showing you something out of Microsoft. When we do get to Google in a couple modules, you're going to see just why we moved to Google. We started Microsoft because it's easy, very newbie friendly. Google's a little bit more strict, but the traffic is a lot bigger, as you can see here. Spent over $1 million in this account and so on. But I wanted to show you the power of micro optimization, okay? Now, what I would say is this, all right? You don't see a ton of improvement on the landing page here. Obviously, we went from 38 to 41. All right. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, that this is a failure. Sometimes your original pages are pretty good, and this was our original page. Then we change questions. We tested headlines. We tested different button colors. We tested different button, submit text, okay? And we tested out the yin yang, and we were only able to get it 3 points higher. And sometimes that's just how it rolls. But the other optimizations we made with locations and devices and keywords and all those sorts of things that we've talked about in this module have absolutely crushed it out for us to drive our costs down, okay? And sometimes that is the nature of the beast. But the point I'm trying to get at is you need to test all these things out. Don't just focus on one thing as the be all end all. I mean, you should focus on one thing at a time, I would say, but you test all these different micro optimizations out. And in this case, it was the keywords that won. All right. But I just wanted to make this video here at the end of the module to show you the power. I mean, we almost cut our conversion costs in half, okay? And it is super powerful. And now we've gone from, losing, 10% or whatever on the front to making 20 to 30% on the front and just absolutely crushing it with email. Okay, this is actually our number one niche that we probably do about $5,000 or $6,000 a day on in revenue at around a 40% margin. Okay, so you can just do the math on that. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna cut the video there. Hopefully this shows you the power of micro optimizations from this module. Put all this into play. Remember, only test one thing at a time. Don't get overboard here, and do that over a few weeks or so. And I promise you, your stats are just gonna get better and better and better as you zone in on what wins in the campaign. All right, thanks guys. See you on the next one.